Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about how many kids can you foster at once and also how many kids should you foster at once. This has been a question I've been getting a lot in the comments recently, so I thought I would address it in this video. You guys may have noticed that my filming location has changed in the last few videos. I've been filming in my new house that we moved in December, so I'm currently filming in my son's playroom, which has lots of windows, which are good for lighting, so kind of my new filming setup for now, we shall see. If you're new here, I would love to have you subscribe. My name is Autumn Renee and I am a foster to adopt mama. I make all kinds of videos on foster care, adoption, motherhood, things like that. So if you're interested in that, definitely go check out the content on my channel below and hit that subscribe button. And also don't forget to hit that notification bell so you actually get notified when I make videos. If you have been here for a while, I would love for you to give this video a thumbs up if you like this kind of content. That way other people can find these videos as well. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I want to start this video off by talking about how many kids can you actually foster legally, because there is a limit and it's different depending on where you live. So for reference, I live in North Texas, so just so you guys can kind of get an idea of where I am, but usually these rules are pretty similar no matter where you live, at least in the United States. So in Texas, the limit is you can have 6 kids in your household. Now, this limit includes bio kids and foster kids. So if you already have some kids who are adopted or biologically yours and you are now fostering, the limit is to have 6 in your household at a time, including all of them. Now, there are exceptions to this rule. For example, if you were going to be taking in large sibling groups, like maybe a sibling group of 8 kids came into foster care and you're willing to take all of them, then to keep the siblings together, they will make an exception and kind of waive that limitation for you. So that does happen when you're taking in big sibling groups and things like that. But other than that, usually the limit is 6 kids in the household at once. And that's for obvious reasons, just to be able to have enough hands and time to keep up with all those kids and also to deter people who might be trying to foster for the money, or so to speak. So that is the limit in terms of how many kids you can actually foster. But I think a lot of you, what you really wanted to know is how many kids should you foster? And this really comes down to so many things. I'm really flattered that you guys are asking me these questions in the comments, wanting me to give you advice on how many kids I think you can handle and that kind of thing. And I'm flattered that I am someone you want to come to for advice on that. But at the end of the day, only you can know how much you can handle. So I would take this entire video with a grain of salt and know that these are just kind of my opinions and some thoughts that I have and things I think you should consider. But at the end of the day, you know what is going to be best for you and your family. Now, obviously, we've all seen those amazing, wonderful, inspirational stories out on the news about these, couples or single foster parents out there who have taken in these great big sibling groups and made this great family and really stepped up and helped these kids. And that is amazing. But I think it's also important to realize that whether you're taking in 1 kid or 8 kids, you're still making a difference regardless. And it's not so much the number as it is the kids you are taking in. And I think any experienced foster parent will tell you that. You can get a placement of 3 kids that's super easy and then a placement of 1 kid that's very, very hard. So when it comes to numbers, it may not be as important as you think. However, the one area where I would really consider numbers is lifestyle and also your living arrangements. Obviously, you cannot have 6 kids in 1 bedroom. There are limitations on that from CPS, again, depending on your area. I believe in my area, it's 4 kids per bedroom, and that's the max. And obviously, it's better to have less per bedroom. And then also you have to meet the square footage requirements. There's a certain square footage per child. I don't remember exactly the amount that it is, as well as having, a furniture and dresser and things like that and a bed for each child. In addition to that, you do have to consider the genders and ages you're taking in. I believe if they're over age 5, at least in my area, they can't share a bedroom if they're the opposite gender. So you have to keep all of these things in mind when you're thinking about your living arrangements. So definitely check out the CPS website in your area to see which requirements you might need to meet if you're thinking about taking more than 1 child in. In addition to all of that, I also would be thinking about your lifestyle. If you're somebody who's working or maybe you're staying home, how is it going to work when it comes to multiple school drop-offs, maybe multiple daycare drop-offs, going to medical appointments, things like that. Every time you add an additional child, all those additional considerations. And that's not to discourage anybody from taking in more than 1 kid, because there are so many sibling placements out there that need a home. And ironically, that's actually one of the things that drew me to foster care originally, was I grew up with such a big family and had so many siblings that I really enjoyed having growing up. And the idea that siblings were getting separated in foster care was just beyond heartbreaking to me. I couldn't imagine, like, it's already awful to have to be removed from your parents and your living situation, but then to also not get to stay with your siblings, to me was like the worst thing ever. So when I first got into fostering, I knew that I really wanted to take school age sibling placements. That was like my goal. However, for those of you who've been following along with my journey, you know that when I started this, I was a single foster mama and I was working as a nanny and living in a 1-bedroom apartment, and I just did not have, again, the means, the lifestyle, the living arrangements to do that. So I had to kind of know my limitations and know what was best for me in that moment in my life, and know that I might get to that end goal in another year and another time. So know yourself, know where you are in your life, know what's going to be best for you to start out with. If you are curious what ages or age group you think you might work best in, I did make a video on that I'll leave linked below if you want to check out which age group might be best for you to foster. Again, those are just opinions and things that I have learned and shared, and tips I have learned around oh my gosh, through the experiences that I've had as a foster parent. Anyway, that is really all I have on this subject. Again, I'm so flattered that you guys want me to give you like specific advice and give you an exact number. But again, I don't know what kind of things you can handle. I don't know your situation, so it's kind of hard for me to be able to give you like an exact number, like you can have 2 kids, you can have 1, because again, it's just going to depend on those living arrangements, your lifestyle, what you emotionally and physically and all of that can handle, maybe the experiences you might have. So I would encourage you to be open, to listen to yourself. If you think you can handle something, even if somebody else doesn't, that's okay. Like, go with your gut. That would be my biggest advice to anybody going into foster parenting, is just follow those instincts, because at the end of the day, you know what is going to work out best for you and your family. All right, guys, good luck on your fostering journeys. I would love to see you guys in my next video and on my channel, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye.